Hey guys, Al is behind the camera today. So here's my buddy Greg. I mentioned quite a few times Greg has helped me get this drill set up and using his engineering mind to really troubleshoot some of the maybe manufacturing flaws or just imperfections, and what we've done to take a lesser expensive drill and try to optimize it as best we can. And we did, I don't know, 10 or something acres yesterday with it that we actually drilled and had really good success. So Greg, tell them a little bit about what we've done over the last year to kind of balance this drill out.
Okay, thanks Al. So the first thing I want to point out on this Tar River is these front coulters, they do have a little bit of suspension to them, but you'll see it's more of just a shock absorption in the horizontal plane in case you hit a rock or a stump or something. But there isn't actually any vertical travel on these front coulters. So that kind of limits the suspension and how all three rows between your front coulters, your double disc openers, and your drive wheel, how they interact, right? There is vertical travel on the double disc openers and the drive wheel, but if you want the front coulter to slice, you got to get it set first. So one thing we did, we added roughly about 500 pounds of weight to the front deck of this. It's just old hardened bags of Quikrete and some totes that we strapped on here. You know, you've got to adjust your top link several times to get the double disc openers and the front coulters to ride nicely. But another thing, without a lot of weight on this, it likes to high center on the row of double disc openers. So in order to still get the drive wheel in contact with the ground, we actually took a nut off of the top of this spring assembly here, where this pivots and raises and lowers this drive wheel. We took one of the nuts off the top and put it on the bottom to lengthen this longer than the spring suspension would have allowed, right? So in the future, I may add a bushing here and a pin to get this drive wheel down farther, but it's just a quick fix we did. All we used was a crescent wrench in the field, and it got this thing performing a lot better for us, so that the drive wheel was in contact with the ground, the double disc openers were not high centering, and the coulters were making nice cuts for us in furrow.
Very good. And what's next for us, Greg? We're going to be going over everything with Loctite.
Yeah.
And we did use WD-40 on the coulters, just as kind of a maintenance. We used some chain lube on all the chains, even though we didn't use the small seed box. And yeah, we'll be replacing some bolts. I see one of the caps came off on one of the grease fittings down there. So putting a new cap on that and keeping everything greased up, lubed up, and ready for fall season when it comes to be planting. So thanks so much to Greg for all the help, guys. And thanks for, hopefully this helps somebody else if they have a Tar River and they want to get it balanced and figured out.